episode 3. I'm Aimee B.
I'm Aimee B.
We're the AB squared.
We're going to talk about the A's and B's of K-pop for you, with you.
We're on episode 3, which is kind of cool. There's so much to talk about, but we do have a topic, no script. But today we're going to talk about like the wealth of content from K-pop artists,
right?
Idols, and all of the things that go on with that. So we have a little bit of an outline, but that's it. I have to say that when I think about it, because we've talked about I talked about like my favorite bands and all the other bands that I've been listening to, and I barely touched the surface. There's so much content out there for all of them, and I decided when I really dove into BTS, and then I really dove into Super Junior, that was my limit. Because this right there is 16 people, and I just thought, this is cray. I don't have enough time in the day for this, and I'm an old lady, and I have to sleep, and I have a lot to do, actually. I have a lot on my plate. So, but I am floored by it, and I still follow the stuff from BTS and Super Junior when I see it. And I'm like, oh, that's cute, because I feel like I know them, I know their personalities well, what they present to you, and I'm just like, that's enough, though. But there's so much out there, so...
Yeah, I think all of my K-pop friends have drawn a line at some point. Where you can't follow everyone.
No, you cannot. Then I feel guilty, like, oh, I should probably know these guys, but then I'm like, forget it. I just want to listen to their music.
Okay. Depth or width of knowledge, right? That's what we're talking about. And I'm happy to go like as deep as possible on BTS. I want to see everything they've ever done. I want to know every joke about everything they've every inside joke there is. So there's music. That's kind of what it's about. Like they're a band, and BTS writes their own music, not by themselves. They also have producers that write and that kind of stuff.
But a lot of them don't, right?
A lot of them don't. A lot of the K-pop groups don't, but these guys do. In particular, if your K-pop band has rappers in it, they usually write their own raps. It's very gauche to not write your own raps.
Oh.
Yeah, so...
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I like the...
Cardi B's on that.
So
Cardi B said it. You want to be taken seriously as a rapper, you need to write your own raps. So our rappers do.
Oh, okay. So I think that the wealth of content is this interesting thing about K-pop that we don't produce here in the U.S. Right. In that, I mean, it's arguable, and I think it's one of our topics for a later episode of like what the real face of the artist you're seeing is. But for this topic purpose, it's like they literally have no life. Their entire life revolves around their fandom. In this case, we'll just say ARMY because we're talking about BTS, but their entire life revolves around interacting with them. And so it's the music. It's then they'll have their songs and they'll put together a stage and they'll perform that on Music Bank and all these other things. And then if they do variety shows, BTS does their own variety shows. Do you know why they do their own variety shows?
I think they weren't being why?
Okay, I have a theory.
Why?
But I don't know. This is me making up something, which is cool.
Make it up.
Is that
it's history?
And I saw the episode when Baby Jungkook did a variety show. I don't remember what it was, and they were mean to him.
They were mean.
I saw it and I go, you are being mean to Baby Jungkook.
And he was young. He was like 14.
No. By this time he was probably more like 16.
But he was 16.
But he's still really young. And he was visibly upset because he was trying to be genuine. I was like, you're being mean to Baby Jungkook. And I think that after that, Big Hit was like, all right, no more. That's what I'd like to think. They were protecting their artists.
I think that happened. Like, so Big Hit is the company that kind of like owns BTS, put them together. Yeah. They own their music library. They are the employers of BTS and the members.
Company.
They're the company.
So I'd like to think that they were protecting Baby Jungkook, and then all of the members were like, oh, you can't do that to Baby Jungkook, because he's their youngest, which is called Maknae. And that's my theory. I'm sticking to it, because I like it. But so then they start their own variety show and their own special called Run BTS, which is, I don't know, has like 1,000,000 episodes.
150, over 150.
We see that's one that's right. I haven't seen them all, I'm sure, but I've seen a lot of them. But a regular idol will go on a lot of variety shows, and the variety shows in Korea seem to be very prolific.
There's a ton of them.
I don't watch TV anymore here because I just don't get into it. But in my youth, there was never those kind of variety shows.
It's wild. There are, like you said, music bank. So there are all of these different like music competition shows
where you go competition.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know what music bank was. I just know that they would do a stage.
Yeah, they do a stage. So they and then they would win sometimes on these music competition shows. So they went for a long time before they won. And then when they did, it was really exciting. And then they got so big, so they weren't doing these anymore. But lately, they've done a few of the music competition shows.
Well, they've come out to do some more variety shows individually now.
Right, and the variety shows can be super funny. Like there's a chef who has a variety show. I can't remember the name of it, but they like ask questions and they have to do these contests and stuff like that in order to win ingredients to make their lunch, kind of thing.
Oh, really? I haven't seen that one.
That one's really funny. And then BTS this Run BTS. They do all kinds of. They play board games. They do obstacle courses. They go bungee jumping. They do,
which is a lot. It's a mixture of the variety shows you see.
Yeah,
those are collection of the stuff. Actually, but they're just doing it with themselves, with their in-house productions. But like, I really kind of got into Knowing Brothers.
Yeah.
Mainly because Super Junior and Heechul, and then I was like, oh, so when Super Junior's on Knowing Brothers, I totally watch, and I laugh my butt off, because I know their personalities that they're portraying, yada yada. When other people go on it, I'm like, eh. BTS went on it, and I laughed.
They were funny.
But other bands, I'm like, eh. I'm not really into it.
Knowing Brothers is like, there's like 6 comedians or something like that, TV personalities, who are much older than these.
Comedians. And the basketball player was one of the guys who was mean to Baby Jungkook.
Yeah, he had to be forgiven for that later.
I don't know if I forgive him.
You don't have to. You can maintain a grudge against that guy for the rest of forever.
I might.
So they have 150 episodes of this in-house produced variety show that is hilarious. They have a couple seasons of In the Soup, which is where they just went on vacation. They have three series of it, I think. They went on vacation to this house. And they just be on vacation.
Well, so they've done Hawaii,
they play video games,
Malta, New Zealand.
That was called BTS on the. I can't remember what it's called. Oh, Bon Voyage. BTS Bon Voyage.
Okay.
They did several seasons of that,
it, but I don't
where they
the name
traveled to foreign countries and did this kind of stuff. They've got they post practice dance videos, which can be great. They make 4 different versions of a music video for every one of their songs. Oh my gosh. Yeah, lots of times they do different versions.
I think it's crazy.
They appear on, U.S. talk shows, but it's not the same thing. But like, if you're a fan of Dave Matthews Band, right? You say, oh, I really love their music. So you get their albums, and then they go on tour. So you get a ticket, and you go see them on tour. And then if they appear on like Saturday Night Live, you watch that.
Maybe.
But there's like, I have no idea what Dave Matthews, when his birthday is. I have no idea.
Blood type?
His blood type. I don't know. I've never seen him take a personality test. I don't know what his favorite kind of food is, what he's allergic to.
I think that is there's a lot of differences. That's a big one that is fascinating because Korea is small geographically, they have a lot of people, but from what I've gleaned and read is that K-pop is like everywhere. And fans buy happy birthday posters in the subway and the bus stops, and that does not happen here. Nobody buys an ad for their favorite artist, and I think we relate to our artists differently because here I think it's more, the music, and then you get to know a little bit of their personality via whatever other avenues, but there it's such a huge deal to like know all of it. So then they do live streams,
right?
And they celebrate their freaking birthdays on a live stream. My God,
They have a cake
and they just do everything as this persona.
Right.
And it like encompasses your world, but then that's kind of what the rabbit hole sink was.
Yeah.
For getting involved in K-pop and getting to like it was getting to know their personalities. I don't know the personalities of bands today that I like. I mean, one of the bands I really liked is the Head and Heart. I don't know their personalities, but I like them as a band, and I've seen them plenty of times.
Do you know how many siblings they have, or where their parents grew up, or how their parents met each other? Because this is all stuff that you can find out about these guys, and who knows if it's true.
Yeah.
But and there's a downside, because I feel like I've seen so much of this guy. Like, I know him. Like, we're friends.
There's a huge
He gets me.
downside.
There's a huge downside in that this guy can never date anyone.
Yeah, we'll talk about that more in another episode. But I
Because
think
their
that's
entire life,
ridiculous.
everything we want to know needs to be like fan facing.
Yeah. So I think this is what I find fascinating, which is why I wanted to do a podcast. Are these facets of it that are just so different but fascinating in a sociological perspective?
Yeah.
Looking at it as a group function and a group behavior, and that fans give a lot, but they expect a lot. But Jin has said, he said in one of the recent things he did was that when he was on that YouTube video with the girl who drinks a lot and gets drunk, and I don't remember the name of her show, but he said, like, fans want me to act a certain way, so that's how I act, and that's not really him. But fans don't get that, and I get that because I'm older and I'm wiser, and I'm not in that culture. So I'm kind of like looking in this really funky globe, and I think, dude, you should be yourself. And I want you to be happy. I don't care like who you date and who you don't date, and yada yada. Like,
but it worked on us. Like, I feel like I have 7 best friends in Korea.
Do you?
Like, I know them. They would totally like me if they met me, but they just can't because there's too much. Everybody wants to be friends with them. They wouldn't like me, but I mean, it
Sure,
worked.
yeah, no,
it worked. I am sold.
I can do that.
I care so much about them. I want them to be happy
I will make
and protected.
I will make a I don't know what the word is. I've had a little bit of soju. I don't know, but a confession.
Okay. Oh no.
So, in my 20s, and that I still really, 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 really love them. And there's a whole bunch of reasons why we won't get into because it's not K-pop. But one band that I absolutely adored was Peter, Paul, and Mary.
Okay.
Adored. I still do. I love them. I know all their albums. I know all their songs. I don't love them all, but I can sing them all. And when Mary Travers died, this is the only time in my life that I felt like I lost a friend with somebody I didn't even know. I still to this day, I remember, like, I was heartbroken.
Yeah.
And so I understand the feeling of, like, oh, if I met them in real life, they would like me. Because it's Peter, Paul, and Mary, they would love me. But it's such a weird thing. So my confession isn't that I love Peter, Paul, and Mary.
That's a confession.
No, it's just true.
Let's hear it.
It's
Let's hear it
true.
for Peter, Paul, and Mary.
Puff the Magic Dragon.
I feel like
Not even my favorite song, but I think that it's the confession that, like, I was really heartbroken when she died, and it really shocked me how much I felt like I had lost a friend. And I'd never met her, but I'd seen her in concert plenty of times. I just loved her. I love them all. So
I'm not thinking about what will happen with these guys when they one by one go off into their military enlistment. It breaks my heart. Like, I miss him. Like, I miss him. I don't see the guy. He's not in my life. How can I miss him? He's been in the military for 80 days, and I felt every single one of them. You know what I mean? Like, every day.
So I relate to this feeling. Because
you're susceptible to it.
Yeah, because obviously I felt it with Mary Travers, but it does, like, it feels silly. Personally, I'm not saying you're silly, but that if I, like, went down that for, like, this, like, 29, 30-year-old, be like, oh my God, how silly! I could be his mother, but but then I get it.
I think they're very good at.
I think we certainly got swept up in
right.
the like amount of content these K-pop idols produce, and it's not just music.
And it's not just us.
No.
It's people of every age, people in every country, people,
So we've
women,
been
everybody,
swept up in it.
children. Shout out to all the children who are armies.
Yeah, you guys probably should be Army. Shout out to all the middle-aged women.
Dope old people. That's what Namjoon said. He's like, you dope old people, you got so much figured out. Like, that's amazing.
We're
I'm
dope?
like, he said dope old people. Yeah.
Dope old people?
Yeah.
God, that's me.
Dope old people. That is, get
I'm on
the
it.
t-shirt. Yeah.
Oh! I should get shot glasses to see dope old people. I have two of that. I had no
Right,
shot
right.
glasses, and now listen, I'm gonna have 6. It's crazy.
She's a shot glass. This is the merch she wants.
I was
More
over
shot glasses.
I was over shot glasses, and now it's like I could have more.
Soju.
Soju, damn soju. Son of a bitch. Okay, let's wrap up.
Okay, so if I like to collect things. So I collect photo cards and
Yeah.
albums and magazines. These guys have been featured in like the W magazine Korea.
Yeah, I've seen that.
A few of them. They're in magazines. They recently released. They did like this artist produced products where they like designed a sweatshirt or designed a bag, this kind of stuff. But it was everybody in the world wanted it and they didn't make enough of it. So if you were lucky enough to buy it just the right time to get one of these collectible
Woo.
sweatpants, I'm not kidding. Like,
Did you get any?
I didn't get any. I
I
didn't get
didn't.
any.
I'm not into that stuff.
I love collecting
I'm
their
more.
stuff.
I've done that, and I've now in the purging. Like I need to get rid of it because basically I will say that I'm like, why did I get so much shit? Why do I have so much stuff? And how do I get rid of it? And then I think, oh, I might need this someday.
Oh
So-
no, I'm saving stuff that I will never need.
So I had
Any
already
day.
gotten rid of my shot glasses, and now I'm like, I need more.
I need more shot glasses.
But mainly just
That
for
can
soju.
save.
But I got these beautiful BTS shot glasses that my friend who has an Etsy store made for me
They're very
personally.
cute.
All right, let's wrap up episode
There's
3.
okay. Let me just tell you. There's
Oh.
video games. There's
Ah.
everything. I'm serious.
Ah.
They have these other personalities which are like their animal personalities. It's huge.
Ah,
There's
it's too much.
so they sell BTS makeup, branded makeup.
Oh my god. So I feel, you feel guilty and you feel like I should like all this stuff, and then you're like, I can't handle it.
But then I also feel lucky because when I discovered them, I was like, oh, I mean, good thing because now I have hours and hours and hours of stuff to watch that's enjoyable to me.
Yeah.
I think they're funny. I think they're cute. I'm going to learn Korean out of it somehow.
True that. Okay, as we wrap up,
Ah, Korean word of the day.
Let's have our Korean word of the episode 3.
Okay,
Off the cuff because we didn't plan this.
we didn't.
What's your-
We disagree a little bit on how this word is said, but
Mhm.
jinja.
How do I say it?
Isn't that how you say it?
Jinja.
Is that how you say it? Jinja. That means really?
How do
or
you
like,
say it?
are you sure? I don't know. I think
Why
we've
are
argued
we
about this before.
disagreeing?
Because we don't agree on vowels. Because Korean is hard, but it's also because we speak English, and that's it.
Jinja.
Jinja.
And if you're
That means
gonna-
really? Like you're kind of surprised, like.
And jinjaro?
What?
Yeah. So this is one of those words I actually really like because there are some words in French that do this where you say jinja, and then you say jinja, and I say jinja. And it
Really?
it's just how
Like
you
that?
say it.
Yeah.
Same damn word. Love
Yeah.
that actually.
Useful.
Yeah.
You'll hear it in K dramas a lot. So
Mhm.
there. I mean, that's not K-pop. It's not K-pop, but a lot of idols actually do end up starring in K-dramas, which are Korean language dramas and comedies and TV shows and
Jinja is your
movies
word
and all
for
that kind of
today?
stuff. Jinja is the word. If you listen to Korean people speaking or a Korean K-drama,
I
you'll
feel
hear it.
like you're picking words that are really useful and helpful to people, and I'm just picking words that I thought were fun to learn.
Okay, let's hear it. Let's hear your word.
My other fun word that I like today is hanbokan.
Hanbokan.
Mhm.
Is it hanbok?
Ani.
Han means Korean.
Hanbokan.
What does it mean?
Happy.
Happy. Oh,
Hanbokan.
hanbokan. Hanbokan.
Next time I'm gonna pick a more utilitarian word.
Words you can just yell out. There you go. Jinja?
I say that actually all the
Every time
time.
you're shocked. Jinja?
Jinja? Jinja? Jinjaro? Yeah, alright. Good job, Aimee B.
Okay. Great.
Annyeong!
Annyeong. That means hello and goodbye. Annyeong. Annyeong.